Hello everyone. Welcome to the first round of the IRO 2025 GT Endurance Challenge. You see our weekend schedule. We are starting with the qualifying and the Super Pole in just a couple of minutes. And then tomorrow we have the big one, the 24 hours starting at 3 p.m. GMT, all on this channel, of course, the whole 24 hours. And then you see roughly at 3 p.m. on Sunday you should see the checkered flag and maybe some interviews post-race. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, excited to start the 2025 season at Daytona. And let's show our little information about the race here at Daytona, the road course it is. You see the track map. You also see last season we had the esports race asylum team winning in that Corvette. So you should be pretty familiar with the course, I think, with the track, and definitely a nice one to open that season. So we have some changes to the season, of course. We do. As usual, first of all, there are many new teams in the IRO. In fact, so many teams, we had to run like a really tough pre-qualifying session, and in the end there were still so many teams that would love to race. So there will be two splits this season, split 1 and on alternate weekends there will be a split 2 as well. So I guess thank you all for your interest so far. And yeah, but we are here with a split 1, the 14 teams that made it through the pre-qualifying, or maybe I should say the 13 teams that made it through pre-qualifying, because last year's winners, Overboost Racing team, they got a free entry for the season as the champions, and they are of course trying to defend their title for this year. So alright, I guess we can have a look at the warm-up. Go a little bit onto the track, and I can bring up the spotter's guide for you. So you see our 14 teams for split 1. We are starting top left. That is, we have Overboost Racing team with the number 1 on their car, BMW M6 Endurance car. Then to the right it's Sector 7 Esports, number 5 Lexus RCF. The 44 is also back for Esports Race Asylum, again using that Corvette. And go down one row, new team in 2025, that's RTR Raw Talent Racing, another BMW M6. Then number 35, it is Loose Moose Racing with an Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Nice to see that car on the grid. The 45, it's Last Minute Racing, also competed last season. Yeah, this year with a Nissan GTR. Then we have a new entry, the number 11 Project Platypus Mercedes AMG, and followed by the next new entry, the number 3 car, Team Grid Life Racing, Lexus RCF, their weapon of choice. We have another Sector 7 racing car with the nickname Boomers, 764 Aston Martin, the second car for Aston Martin on the grid. Then we go to the number 7 car, RX Racing, also a new entry for 2025, Nissan GTR. GT Finland Racers, also new to IRO, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. The 66 Corvette it is for the Finnish team. And then we have Race Asylum team number 2, the 77, a returning face to the GT Endurance Championship. And then last but definitely not least, we have the third Sector 7 racing entry, the Cougar, the nickname, and Apex Hunter Racing, the 69 car. They also made the grid for this season. So those are your 14 teams for the start of this long GT Endurance Championship season, the 10 rounds in total. So I think we are having the last round somewhere in November, and a couple of 24-hour events throughout the season. So definitely something to look forward to. And with the new season, we also have some new drivers for that season. And we'll see some of them in the qualifying session already. So okay, we are starting with the qualifying. Let's wait for timer. Should be good. All right, so qualifying session number 1, we have 30 minutes, and then it's P8 to P14, and they have their grid spot for tomorrow's race. The top 7, they will approach into the Super Pole qualifying session that will be starting after a short break. So the top teams, they definitely want to see their car inside the top 7 after the first 30 minutes of qualifying. Here we go. We have a look at all the drivers and their teams. First on track, it is Evo for the Esports Race Asylum 44 Corvette. We have Slim for Eric's in that golden Nissan GTR, and not too close behind, that is Lucas, Team Grid Life Racing. And we have a famous driver, Maddie, attended some of the World Tour Live events, so he's racing for Last Minute Racing, the 45. We have BX Royal, that is Project Platypus, also new to the season. James for AHR. We know James very well. Shadow Chef for Sector 7 out on track, and we see a little bit of slipstreaming already happening. I need to probably go a bit quicker through that grid. Blue Racer for Race Asylum number 2, 77. We have Simon from the Distinct team in a Sector 7 racing car. As well, VE Chappers for Raw Talent Racing out on track. Azurian for the champions, the reigning champions. Macho Monkey, also a very quick driver for the third Sector 7 Racing entry. Have Manu Rodri, also a very quick driver, well known in the GT World Series universe, and the Shadow for GT Finland races. Alright, so Ivo, he is the first driver to set a reference lap. So approaching the Le Mans chicane, aka the bus stop, and through he goes. That looked like the perfect line. Didn't cut the grass, so it should stay valid. And then he comes around the banked turns. Penalty zone, probably won't be seeing that many penalties, hopefully, at least for the drivers. And here we go, the first reference lap. We have a 42.965 to start with. Medi with a 42.98. That is close already between those two. Lucas in P3 currently. Shadow Chef P4. But it is changing. B Chappers for Raw Talent Racing up to P3 with a 43.4. So Lucas and Shadow Chef and BX Royal in P7 at the moment. James just outside in P8, but very close. Slim as well. With Azarian Simon on a purple lap, at least the first sector. We see Manu Rodri setting a lap time. Where did that put the driver in P7 now? So for the Loose Moose Racing team, currently sitting in P7. So we're looking at the Overboost Racing team, and oh, something happened. Just me? Game? No way. Oh, I think the lobby died. The lobby is dead? Oh no. That went well. Oh no. Yeah, so the lobby. Okay, we think we have to restart that one. Ray, is that your PS4 again? That is not looking good. Okay, so then we will have a small delay, probably. So we'll bring up our screen. Okay, it was something different. Still, the lobby crashed. So waiting for the lobby to reopen, and we start all over again. And just keep refreshing. But can't see the lobby up again, so we have to wait for a little bit. Hopefully we get the qualifying underway again very, very soon. This is sometimes... Oh, okay, I see an announcement. The lobby should be up again. Here we go. Still a computer game. A video game. Let's try to enter that lobby. I'm back in. That's at least something. And you have all drivers not missing one. Shouldn't take that long, hopefully. Start. Everything. What are we missing? I think it is Manu Rodri is not in the lobby. Hopefully he can join. Setups. Yeah, so you can adjust your aerodynamic settings. So you have to remember to set your settings correctly, because BOP you cannot have a preset apparently saved, so you have to adjust it manually, of course. But hey, small things. Okay, we have the next and final driver joining here. Manu Rodri is back with us. Well, that's good to see. Then can go into the spectate mode and start with the qualifying session again. So, waiting for the command. Looks like we are close. Oh, apologies for the delay. Exactly. But this should all add up to the excitement for the first qualifying session of the 2025 season. There, before the lobby died, we heard, I read something about who's your pick for pole position. Ivo, Maddie, Simon. I don't know, too many of those fast drivers in that lobby. We should be starting with the session any second now. Here we go. Let's go, take 2 for the qualifying session. So again, 30 minutes, top 7 drivers will advance to the second part, aka the Super Pole, later on. So it's not important to set the fastest lap in this session. Super Pole is where it is later on, but definitely a huge goal for many of the drivers to get into that second part of the qualifying session. Alright, so this time it is Slim out on track first, Evo in second position. We see Lucas for Grid Life. It's Blue Racer for Race Asylum number 77 car. James for Apex Hunter Racing. BX Royal for Project Platypus. Then Simon for Sector 7 Racing. Lee Chappers for Raw Talent Racing. Macho Monkey Sector 7 Racing. It is Manu Rodri for Loose Moose Racing out on track Shadow Chef the third. Sector 7 Racing driver for the 3 teams. Maddie then for Last Minute Racing. Then it is Azorian for Overboost Racing team. And the Shadows for GT Finland Racers. Here we go. So then we will go on board now with Slim for our first timed flying lap, this time for real. So braking for T1, and no drama at all. Let's see, international lawsuit, slow turn, early on the power, approaches the little kink, flat, no drama, braking for West Horseshoe, again early on the power, oh, a little wiggle, that GTR Rio didn't like that at all, and coming back onto the oval for NASCAR turn 1 and 2. And as Evo all over his rear already, so Evo could get a nice little tow in his Corvette, maybe will slingshot past. Yeah, looks like it is racing between the two. No, Slim backed out of it, so Evo now the first driver to set the first reference time, so out of the Le Mans chicane, and it's go 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 with Slim going for a high line, trying to carry a bit more speed for the second flying lap. It is also, I forgot about to mention, the drivers are starting on 25 liters of fuel, 43.4 I think. We saw quicker times in the first attempt. Yeah, here we go. We see Macho Monkey with a 42.9, Maddie a 43.1, Simon a 43.2, Evo with the 43.4, V Chappers 0.7, Lucas also 0.7, and James currently sitting in P7 with a 44.0. But this probably isn't enough to stay inside the top 7. Definitely 43s will be needed. And here we go. The Shadows up to P6 for GT Finland Racers with a 43.7 as well. So 0.7, that's the cut-off time at the moment. So James in P8, Shadow Chef in P9, Azorian in P10, Blue Racer, Slim, and Manu Rodri, and also BX Royal. So they pitted after the outlap, so maybe had a damage already. You have to do an actual in-lap and out-lap. You cannot just teleport back into the pits. And here we go, Evo with a 43.0 up to P2. And let's wait for the first timed lap for BX Royal. And we should have everyone with a lap. We see Azorian 43.7. It seems to be like a a range where many drivers are currently sitting in. Also like a 43.9, so 43.719 currently each episode for Raw Talent Racing. That is the hot seat at the moment. So position at the moment, Macho Monkey for Sector 7 Racing, the number 5 car. That is the esports team. Evo for Esports Race Asylum in P2, Medi for the last minute racing 45 GTR in P3, Simon for the Sector 7 Boomers. In 4th, the Shadows or GT Finland Racers, Corvette 66, Manu Rodri for Moose Racing the 35, entry in P6, and Lucas Team Grid Life Racing in P7. So 43.6 currently the time to beat to get into the top 7. It is mighty close. I think that was also a trend for the pre-qualifying sessions where it was really close. James with a 0.5 gets the Apex Hunter Racing team into P6, so inside of the top 7, drops down a position into P7 because Manu Rodri improved to a 43.1 and Medi with a 42.8, currently the fastest driver out on track. But still, you see 22 minutes remaining, so plenty of time to improve on your lap time for all of the drivers. But yeah, it is close at the top. Definitely not much separating those drivers. Currently we see a couple of purple sector times. So purple for Evo approaching the Le Mans chicane. So will this be a 42 for the esports race asylum team? It's probably on the edge. Yeah, this could be the run. See purposing on the oval. A bit laggy, unfortunately, for Evo. There's not another car around, so shouldn't have a big impact on the other drivers. And we should see a new fastest lap probably coming, nearly, but it is a 42.9, so last little bit. Run out of the Le Mans chicane to the start finish. Simon up to P1. The mighty Aston Martin takes provisional P1. It's not pole position, it is just P1 in this session. Remember, the top 7 advanced to the Super Pole, but look at those gaps between Simon and Maddie, and also Machimongi Evo. I mean, there's a 10th between the top 4 drivers. So Manu Rodri for the 35, Moose Racing, Aston Martin in P5, Lucas in P6, and the Shadows for the 66 Corvette for GT Finland Racers in P7 currently. Cannot like say it is a big gap, no, between Lucas, the Shadows, and James. Nothing basically. So with James with a 43.5 and currently in P8, and it's slim for Erics in P9 with a 0.6. B Chappers also with a 0.7, currently in P10, but I think it's doable to gain 2/10 to get your car into the top 7. Azarian struggling a little bit at the moment to get that number 1 car, the BMW, into the top 7. 43.7 it is. And Shadow Chef with a 43.9 in P12. And we see pit stops happening, so fresh tires probably, and try to have that fuel quite low. Blue Racer improved to a 44.2 in P14 currently. So 44.2, and to get into the top 7 you need a 43.5. So 7, 8 tenths maybe needed for Blue Racer to move up into those top 7 spots if you want to compete for pole position later on. James, the first driver to attack, and now it's a bit down at this stage. Doesn't need much. It's not that much, but still he's outside at the moment. The first team to miss out on that Super Pole qualifying section later on. With 18 minutes to go, let's have a quick look at the running order. To Simon and Maddie, Macho Monkey and Evo, we saw that so close, all in the 42s. Then a 0.1 for Manu Rodri. Will this be enough? Probably yes, but I don't know. So I guess something about a 0.5 could be the cutoff time. See some improvements. Maddie improved 0.001. Yeah, that is close, definitely. 0.805, 0.806 between the top 2 drivers at the moment. We'll have probably a proper shootout then in the Super Pole session later on. So the shadows sitting here on the hot seat improved. That was a nice one, up to P6 with a 0.492. So yeah, Lucas with that 0.505 now sitting in P7. James 0.559. Still needs to find a little bit of time. Oh, and he has a mighty run. Look at that. 1.5 tenths up on his personal best. Now, the Le Mans chicane entry looked quite decent. Also carries the speed on the exit. This could be the run. Lost a little bit through that. Maybe he has the wind. Have a look at. We haven't talked about the wind directions. It's not that bad, but also not like the best. I think so. He's coming in for service. The fuel was very low, but tried to attack. So James in P8, Slim still in P9, but he's on a flying lap. We wait if we see an improvement happening. 42, 3. Nope, that's not the one. Next lap, next attempt, with 15 minutes and a bit to go. So halfway through the first part of the qualifying. Penalty. That usually doesn't help you, and yeah, probably best decision then to pit. They're also low on fuel now, all the drivers. I see the fuel indicator flashing in red for most of the drivers, so they're on now the lowest fuel setting possible. It will be probably one flying lap, in lap, out lap, one flying lap again now, to have like the best conditions with your car and your tires. But also a bit of stuck in traffic, so not sure if you want to have that really on your qualifying lap. Probably a nice little toe on the oval part should help you, but through the infield Probably not. So, will we see any improvements still happening? I can't believe that it will stay like this till the end. The gaps are just too close. But it looks like Lucas has a nice little toe coming down. Start finish, but had a slow lap. Now maybe can stay close this time. Oh, we see an improvement. Manu Rodri in P5, but that lap time down to a 43.0. A little bit of a gap now for them in P5, nearly half a second that gap to the knockout zone. So I guess they should be safe with a 0.0. So I still think that Lucas is not safe yet with that 0.505. So maybe you need a 43.4. Still stays in the slipstream. That is close, that is close. This could be maybe an improvement. James driving just in front, that is actually nice. Or I don't know if James is happy about that, providing slipstream to Lucas, who is just ahead. So a bit down. Can he pick up that toe now with the run towards the line? I think James had a good run. Also a little bit of toe maybe helping him. 43.3, great lap for James and Apex Hunter Racing. P6 it is for now. Alright, Lucas, now that is close. Look at that, the shadow. Just so close in P8. If it would stay like that, they probably will be a bit disappointed. Also, Lucas improved on that lap, so a 0.491 currently, and still has a personal best sector 1, so he could give himself a little bit of a cushion. I don't know, 0.001. That is I don't know, crazy to see how close it is. B-Chappers also, they improved on the lap time in P11 currently, 43.7. The gap too slim. Basically nothing. Also Shadow Chef in P9 with a 43.6. But the closest driver at the moment to book a spot for the top 7 is the Shadows for GT Finland Racers. 66 Corvette. Not having any slipstream at the moment. Has to do it all by himself. Comes back onto the over 3, 10th down. That is not the lap, so maybe pit, go for a new run. Fuel should be okay to do at least one more lap. But he won't be improving. You see, Azarian up to P7, so ORT are back. They are back. But will it be enough? They kicked out Lucas and Crit Life Racing now. But they also a very small margin between P7 and P8, but it took them quite a while to get into the top 7 for now. For Loose Moose Racing, it is Manu Rodri who is doing the qualifying session. So, quick run down again. Simon for Sector 7, Racing, Boomers, Aston Martin, P1 currently, Maddie for Last Minute Racing in P2, Macho Monkey for Sector 7, Esports in P3, Evo for Esports, Race Asylum in P4, then it's Mano Rotary for Loose Loose Racing in P5, and James for Apex Hunter Racing in P6. And Azarian for Overboost Racing in P7 currently. 8.5 minutes to go. It's crunch time now for qualifying session. We see improvements happening for a couple of drivers. So Azarian is out of it. Again, Lucas improved by a little bit, but up to P7 again. 0.408. So then Overboost Racing in P8. It's GT Finland Racers in P9. And with a good run, this could be maybe a run for at least P8, maybe P7. Oh, he comes round through the penalty zone, doesn't have to serve it and stays low, and it is a 43.3. Oh, he was just a Chappers in that slipstream up to P7. Oh, Shadows was P7 and Chappers for Raw Talent Racing in that slipstream up to P7 now. So Lucas down to P9, Azarian in P10. And also James is probably not safe with his 0.3. Look at that, those lap times, they are coming down now. My guess was a 43.4. Here we go. We have a 43.3 at the moment for Raw Talent Racing, sitting in P7 now with the Shadows with a 0.36 just outside P8. Lucas with a 0.40 in P9, and Azarine on the outlap a 0.449 in P10. Then we have a kind of bigger gap for Shadow Chef with 2/10. Wow, look at that. That is, yeah, but still just 8/10 behind the P1, and is improving. That is 2/10. Oh, got himself a penalty through the Le Mans chicane. Oh, that looked like a good run. Slim in P12 with a 0.6 as well, and we have BX Royal in P13 and Blue Racer for Race Asylum team number 2 with a 44.1 in P14 currently. So back to the spicy part of this one. P6, 7, 8. So we go with P7 currently. B Chappers for Rotten Racing into the pits they go. Alright, the Shadows starting a new attempt on low fuel. We are just under 6 minutes away from the end of qualifying session number 1. It is so close, it is tense, it is now, yeah, crunch time, money time for the drivers. Will we see another change for positions? I'd say P5, they should be safe with a 0.0. I can't see that 3 teams will improve that much. But then P6, James, E Chappers, not a big gap at all currently, with the Shadows for GT Finland Racers in P8 and Lucas for Team Grid Life Racing in P9, also Azarian in P10 for Overboost Racing. So P6 to P10, everything can happen, I guess. That won't be an improvement. Time is slowly running out for Overboost Racing. So Lucas on that flying lap. Slim with a improvement, but it's a 0.5, it's P11. They need to find another 1.5 tenths, maybe 2 probably. P7 currently with that 0.319. that is the time to beat the Shadows into the pits. So final pit stop, final run, one more flying lap for the 66. There is Lucas. He has a little bit of slipstream. It is Evo just the front, I think. Oh, a bit of a wiggle coming onto the oval part again. Maybe lost a tiny bit. He also just needs a tiny bit to improve. Now 1/10 down, probably that won't be the lap. The fuel is low, so I think Lucas will have to abort this lap into the pits and go for the next attempt. 3 times down. Yeah, that no improvement currently. The Shadows is on their out lap. James into the pits. So we wait for Lucas. No, he's just going for it. The fuel probably will last for one more lap. Will this be the lap? That is the question. Probably a bit too close now through the infield section. We see James. Yeah. Manu Rodri with a 42.9. Macho Monkey 0.6. Look at that. So this is the target time for Super Pole later on. We will need to wait for the next sector time for Lucas. Will we see an improvement happening? Wait for it. Wait for it. 1/10 down, probably not. Where is the Shadows? Started that final qualifying lap. Down. Maybe could get another. That was close. That was close. Then stay with the Shadow. Wait for the first time. Oh, that's promising for the 66 car. 1/10 up. Doesn't need that much, but every little helps. So we'll go Lucas into the pits, so that's the qualifying done. The Shadow's still up 1.178, so it's just the Le Mans chicane, and then we should see them moving up to P6. Probably. So what about the chicane? Looked good. Did he keep it between the lines? Oh, we lost a little bit through that part. Can he keep the run? The speed now. It is low. He's coming across the line. 43.3. Oh no! Missed out by a bit, but he gets one more lap. It's not over yet. But that is the final lap of the qualifying now. So we Chappers kept that P7 for now. James in P6 and the Shadow in P8 with a mighty run, but it wasn't enough for now. So the top 7 looks to be Macho Monkey, Simon, Maddie, Evo, Manu Rodri, James, and V Chappers. So where's Azarian? Is also still on a flying lap. We should see the next sector split. Getting a bit down, but does the wind play a role in here? It didn't change that much. It was all down to the exit speed of the Le Mans chicane. 41.2. 3. No, they will stay in P10 for now. So Lucas is on a final lap as well. He made that work just. What about the 66 Corvette flying through that chicane? But 2/10 down. He won't be improving on that lap. So best they can get is P8. And Lucas is on the out lap, so that was just tricked. So I think we have our top 7 drivers. Don't see anyone improving. But no. They have all completed their qualifying from what I can see. So yeah. So here we go. What a close qualifying session it is, and yeah, now we can focus on the top 7 for the shootout in the Super Bowl later on. See who will be getting the prestigious pole position for the season opener here at Daytona International Speedway road course for the IRO GT Endurance Challenge 2025 season. So, but yeah, those gaps between P6, P7 and P8, it's yeah, close. Someone also said impressive driving. Yep, totally agree on that. It's alright, so we should end the qualifying now any second, I guess, with the timer, so we can go in here. Yeah, just a couple of seconds. Any. And then we can bring up the qualifying result. So your top 7 drivers and teams are Macho Monkey for Sector 7 Esports, Simon for Sector 7 Racing Boomers, Maddie for Last Minute Racing, Evo for Esports Race Asylum, Arno Rotary for Loose Moose Racing, James for Apex Hunter Racing, and B Chappers for Raw Talent Racing. Then in P8 it will be GT Finland Racers. P9 it is Team Grid Life Racing with Lucas. Then the reigning champs in P10 Azurine for Overboost Racing, Slim for Eric's in P11, Shadow Chef for Sector 7 McCougar, in P12 EX Royal for Project Platypus, and Blue Racer for Race Asylum Team number 2. So P8 to P14, those positions, they are now set for tomorrow. And short break, we will go to Super Bowl. Just prepare. Something wrong. Timer. 15 minutes for Super Bowl qualifying, starting very, very soon. So, 7 drivers remaining for 15-minute session. Okay. Final reset, I guess. Yeah. Two minutes. According to race director. So then let's bring up our weekend schedule. So see a bit behind time because of the lobby crash early on, but it's now Super Bowl time. And then tomorrow at 3 p.m. GMT, we have the green flag for the 24 hours. The entire race will be covered with the broadcast, with commentary on this very channel, with some of my beloved friends here at the IRO commentary team. Also, I think 2 newcomers for IRO. Watch out for that. Plenty of entertainment guaranteed. Like are pretty much ready for some going back into the lobby. And then yeah, chat, who do you think is your favorite for the pole position? Macho Monkey, Simon, Maddie, Evo, Manu Rodri, B. Chappers or James? But let us know, who are you rooting for, and who do you think will get that pole position for the 24-hour race starting tomorrow? Alright, so Super Pole will be starting now. Good luck, everyone. Let's go. 15 minutes to decide for the top 7 starting grid. We go through the teams and the drivers once more. See their car picks for the season. The first driver will be Evo again for the Esports Race Asylum team. It is the 44 Corvette C7. Then next up it is James for Apex Hunter Racing, 69 BMW M6. And Raw Talent Racing with their debut in IRO GTEC. Another BMW M6, the trendy car. We have Maddie for Team Last Minute Racing 45 GTR. Maddie new to GTEC with IRO. The team competed last season. Then Loose Moose Racing, also veterans in the IRO GTEC universe, with also a new driver to the lineup, Manu Rodri. And we have Simon for the Sector 7 Racing Boomers team. And Macho Monkey for the Esports division for Sector 7 Racing. Here we go. Your top 7 drivers and teams for the Super Pole shootout. Here we go, and Evo is on that first flying lap. So we had a 42.6 as the fastest lap in qualifying session, number 1. But they were on very low fuel, so yeah, drivers are starting again with 25 liters. So maybe the first attempt won't be the fastest for the drivers. Still, everyone will be trying to set a good banker lap to attack then later on in this, yeah, it is basically a short session with just 15 minutes in time. So we'll probably get a look at 3 really quick attempts to set a lap time. I guess they will do out lap, flying lap, in lap sequence. But it could be, I could be wrong, so I don't have a clue. Evo taking the high line, so this won't be like the run. So it's maybe 2 flying laps then, and 1 pit stop in between, maybe something like that. So carrying the speed, a 43.5 to start that session. James with a 43.9. What about Maddie? One of the favorites in chat, definitely. And a 43.1. Lee Chappers P3. Manu Rodri T3 now with a 0.7. Simon with a great run. And Macho Monkey P3. So the 2 Sector 7 racing cars driving very close to each other. And we are left where basically here with very close gaps between the drivers at the front. So Simon and Maddie, is nothing separating those 2 drivers at the moment. Then we have half a second to Macho Monkey, so let's see if the drivers are running a second flying lap on those tires, or if we see some drivers pitting already. Probably also depends on your run on that lap. So Evo with a slight improvement, 2 tenths nearly up, would put them P3 at the moment. I think they're staying out with that lap. And a 43.1, a mighty run. Finds a gap between Simon and Maddie somehow. So Maddie into the pits. But it was just 1 flying lap, so different approaches. What about Macho Monkey? Has a nice little toe and gets a 42.8. So Sector 7 racing 1-2 at the moment for the qualifying session. Macho Monkey and Simon, and Evo in P3 for Esports vs. Silent. Medi for last minute racing in P4. Manu Rodri for Loose Goose Racing in P5 it is. B Chappers for Raw Talent Racing in P6 and James P7. James doing another flying lap at the moment. It's a bit up. Not sure. Maybe pit, get some fresh tires, and keep that fuel low. That could be an option here. Wait for that. That is a big improvement. P5 incoming, maybe. I will also have to see what Manu Rodri can do through the Le Mans chicane. 35 car. There's the Martin Purple. Wow, that was a mighty run. Does the Aston Martin have the legs to carry that speed? 42. I lost a little bit, but up to P2 with a 43.1 it is. So the 35 car up to P2. Simon dropped down to P3. Evo in 4th. Evo with a purple first sector. So now It is close. It is close. Oh, it will be close. It will stay close. Whatever. Still probably anyone's game to grab that pole position. Wait for Evo, not purple anymore, but maybe could get into the first row with a good run. It's not much. A 42 probably would be the goal for Evo. Does he pick up a little bit of slipstream? Maybe not. I lost a tiny bit through the Le Mans chicane. Still might gain some time. Here, we wait. 42, that looks like 42. No, 43.0 is still P2 for now. Let's see. We have purple for Maddie just in time. A massive lap so far. Good run through the Simon improved to a 0.8, but maybe Maddie will set the new provisional pole time. Now through the Le Mans chicane was a good run, and he goes third. Lost some time, but yeah, again, look at those gaps again. So again, we have a 1-2 for Sector 7 Racing again. Simon and Macho Monkey improving now massively. 1.4 So this could be pole lap. Who knows? But yeah, this is close between the top three. Evo in P4. Currently Manu Rodri in P5. James 6/10 that gap at the moment. Can he bring that gap down a little bit? P6 and V-Trappers in P7. We will stay with those two, Simon and Macho Monkey. Simon has the slipstream. Macho Monkey had also good sector times. They could go for a front row lockout for Sector 7. Let's wait. Not purple anymore. He's close, but not. And if he's down by 2/10, probably. Macho Monkey also not the best middle sector. Still wait for that time. Manu Rodri up to P4, got past. So no, they lost some time during that lap. Here comes Maddie once again, taking a high line, so probably preparing himself for the next flying lap. Probably won't be this one. Yep. Trying to maximize the speed. So Maddie in P3, Manu Rodri in P4. Then Evo P5 into the pits with the final 3.5 minutes. Now time flies. V-Trappers in P6, a 43.2, and James couldn't string a lap together for now in this super pole. Needs to find a big chunk of time to move that 69 BMW further up the grid. Definitely has a run now, but just a couple of hundreds, so that won't be enough probably to gain a position. 2/10 now, but yeah, reducing that gap. So what about the Sector 7 racing cars, Simon and Macho Monkey? No, bit down, won't be improving on that lap time. So I think they will be pitting now for their final run. James, yeah, improved. Was close, 0.3, gained quite some time on Chappers. In P6, Evo on the outlap. In P5, pretty sure he wants to get that 42. has a bit of slipstream now with 2 minutes to go in this session, so 2 more laps. It is Maddie just in front at 43.1, so 42.8 currently, and yeah, the gaps between the top 3, that is again so close. And the Sector 7 racing cars are not pitting, they are staying out, they are now very low on fuel. But also, the tires, a little bit of wear on them. Was this the trade-off? Close still for an improvement. And the Macho Monkey should have a nice little tow. He is on the run for provisional pole position. Just the Le Mans chicane now. That looked quick. Maybe a bit too much, not sure. Cut that grass on the edge, lost. Yeah, and there's a penalty, so that's qualifying done for Macho Monkey. What about Simon? James improved up to P6 with a 0.2 now. And Simon, Manu Rodri up to P3. So no improvement, so here we go. P3 for Moose Racing. He found a gap between Macho Monkey and Maddie. Crazy to see. Maddie with the final shot to get pole. And we are on the final lap of the qualifying session, so it's now or never. Ivo, little gap to Maddie, or Maddie behind Ivo, that is the reason why. Improving, this would be enough for now to move up the order and get into the front row, maybe pole position as well. Yeah, didn't touch the grass on the outside. Could be a nice run now on to the oval again. Lost a tiny little bit, but would still be pole by 1/1000th of a second. We saw that Nissan was losing a bit of speed after the Le Mans chicane. We found a little bit again. Will it be enough? Still improving on his personal best. Aggressive through. Macho Monkey improved. Wow, 2/10 up for Maddie. Macho Monkey with a 0.767. And now again, will that Nissan GTR have the legs to keep those 2/10 and grab pole position for the 45? 42.9, no, lost it again on that long run. So the middle sector is a good one. So I think that is the qualifying of Superpole. Macho Monkey taking the, whoopsie, that was fast. So we go to the race results. So Macho Monkey for Sector 7 Racing with a 42.767, and Simon for Sector 7 Racing Boomers. So front row lockout for Sector 7 Racing. We have row number 2 with Manu Rodri and Maddie for Loose Moose Racing, and Last Minute Racing. Then Evo in P5 for Esports Race Asylum, James in P6 for the Apex Hunter Racing crew, and V Chappers for Raw Talent Racing in P7. So half a second separates the top 7 and the top 4, basically nothing in between them. So that was a good qualifying session. So what happened? Why can I know? I'm gonna go to the track now. don't have the race results anymore somehow. Okay. But yeah, we saw that. I think we still have the result, yeah, the order on the right hand side. So that's it for today's qualifying. So we will be back tomorrow with the race, of course. We will be. So green flag drops at 3 p.m. GMT. And we will be live probably 5 to 10 minutes before the green flag, and then cover the entire 24 hours with the broadcast and the commentary for you. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have a great Friday and a nice start for Saturday. See ya.